If you're struggling to learn Java, then this video is for you. In my Java series, I'm taking you through all the assignments I did in my Java 101 class so that you can learn to program in Java the same way that I did as a computer science student. So for today's video, we're going to create a program that's going to generate a random number within a user-specified range. Then the user is going to have one chance to guess that number, and they'll be given feedback based on their guess. Okay, so I already have this import java.util.star, which will import the file that we need to create the objects that we need for this program. Then I have our class declaration here, so public class guess. And then I have our main method here, public static void main string args. Alright, so those are kind of like the standards that you need for any Java program you'll write. You'll need the class and usually the main method here. So to begin, I want to start by creating the scanner object, which is going to allow us to get input from the user on the keyboard here. So I'm going to say scanner, and then I'm going to call it keyboard. That's the name of our object, equals new scanner system.in. Okay, and similarly, I want to create our random number generator next. So I'm going to create our random object. I'm going to call it random gen, and I'm going to say equals new random. Okay, after that, we can start getting our lower and upper bounds from the user. So first what I need to do is do a print statement, system.out.print line, telling the user to enter the lower bound. So please enter the lower bound. Now I'm going to create the variable that's going to be our lower bound, and because Java is a typed language, we need to declare the type of the variable. So for mine, it's going to be an int here. So int lower bound equals keyboard dot next int. Okay, and that gets our lower bound. Now we want to do the same thing for the upper bound. So system out print line. Please enter the upper bound. And then int upper bound equals keyboard dot next int. Okay, now we can generate our random number within that range. So again, I'm going to create the int random number equals, now here's where we use the random generator object. I'm going to say random gen dot next int, and then here we'll have the lower bound for our lower bound, and then we'll have the upper bound plus 1 for our upper bound. Because with this random generator here, we would go from the lower bound up to but not including the upper bound. So because we want to include the upper bound, we do a plus 1 here. Okay, now to keep our program flowing nicely here, I'm going to do a print statement telling the user that the random number has been generated. A random number has been generated within this range. So now we want to get the user's guess. So again, I'm going to say system.out.println. Please enter your guess. And then we're going to say int guess equals keyboard dot next int. Okay. After this, we're going to need to compare the guess with the random generated number. Then we're going to need an if statement to determine what our output should be, depending on if the guess is equal to the number generated or if it's not. So I'm going to say if guess equals random number, then we can print. We'll say good guess. The computer also chose plus random number. Okay. Otherwise, we want to say else. Then we'll print Incorrect. The computer chose plus random number. Okay, so that should be it for this program. I'm going to run it and make sure that everything works the way that we want it to work. All right. So we have please enter the lower bound. I'll go with 0. Please enter the upper bound, 100. And please enter your guess. 50. Incorrect. The computer chose 11. All right. So that's it for this program then. Everything worked good. The only thing that we could have added is maybe a little intro telling the user what the program is going to be doing. I didn't do that because we had these comments up here, so for the purpose of the video, it made more sense to leave it out, I felt, but you could add those if you wanted to make the program more user-friendly. Alright, so that's going to be it for this Java tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned. I'll have more Java programming tutorials just like this one coming out soon so that you can learn Java the same way that I did as a computer science student studying Java right now. Thank you for watching.